Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at Converge series number 10. So I've got this box here of actually 10 figures in here. It's series 10, and there's 10 figures in here. As we can see on the front of the box, there's the Shining Gundam, the Epyon, the Guncannon, the Geymalk, the Gaz L, and the Gaz R, or Gaz L and Gaz R, anyway, one of the two. Some really cool figures in this series. As soon as I saw this come up for pre-order, saw that Geymalk and had to have it. I'm really surprised, actually, that they didn't make that into an EX figure, with it being a little bit larger of a mobile suit. But I guess they were just decided to scale it down and release it in the regular series. We've seen a lot of the Wing mobile suits coming out recently, the EW versions, so they're finally now getting around to adding the Epyon to that. And the Shining Gundam as well. Some G Gundam figures have been coming out in the recent series as well, with the God Gundam and the Master Gundam. The Guncannon, probably the one that I'm least excited about, just not really that huge of a Guncannon guy myself, but nevertheless, let's get this box open and see. As I imagined, we're going to have just one of the Gaz L and Gaz R each, and then two of everything else. So there's those there. Because those are pretty much the exact same figure anyway, they're just kind of a little bit changed left and right. And then two Guncannons, two Geymalks, two Epyons, and two Shining Gundams. So some of these doubles I'll be giving away to my Patreon patrons. Those are the kind of things that I'll just give away to those guys from time to time. So the only time I could imagine maybe not buying one of these sets at this point is maybe if there was only like one figure in the whole set that I really liked, and the other ones I really didn't care for at all. At this point, you know, I really like collecting these, and again, the extras do make some nice gifts to give away to people. So if you like these, what I usually recommend you guys to do is maybe if you like just a few of them, find a friend or two to go in, just buy a box together, split the cost, and then just split the figures. It's a really good way to go. I think that's what I would do if I wasn't just buying a whole boxes by myself. So we're going to go through these in order and take a look at them, starting off with the Shining Gundam here. So as you can see, the Shining Gundam is in its sort of super mode. I think that's what it was called. I guess that was... I can't remember if they had a different name. Before it's completely shining all gold, which I guess would be like the true super mode, it had this just kind of expanded form. It doesn't look like it has any option to like close up the faceplate, to just have it just being in its kind of regular non-super mode, with like the shoulders closed up, the arms kind of those gold bits tucked in. But anyway, that's how it's going to look. This is number 176 in the line in total. As we saw there on the top of the box, the sides, kind of nothing really there, the bottom, and then just the back shows the whole lineup here. So let's get this popped open. As usual, we'll have our figure in here, as well as our Bandai chewing gum. And so here we've got the stand. We've got the same kind of black square stand. These are really nice. You've got the V-fin there. That little gold part which goes on the top of the head, and then everything else is just all here, so not really too much assembly required. Let's get them put together. Alright, so here he is put together. I gotta say, this looks even better than how it looks on the box, even like in picture. Just seeing it in its actual physical state here, it does look super cool with these bits out on the head. It almost looks like kind of Mayan or something in a way, just with like the red face like kind of opened up like that, and these frills going off around the head, and just kind of everything kind of flared out like that. It looks really cool, and the gold paint for the bits around there does look really nice as well. This is a really nice figure. I really quite like this one, more than I was expecting. And this one, in this case, I will be keeping both of these, because I think what I'm going to do with this, like what I did with the God Gundam, is use the spare and just paint that up all in gold and kind of make my own super mode one. I guess suddenly I can't remember if this one did ever go all gold in the series, so maybe. But anyway, it does look really nice, and the little like bright green there in the center of the torso also looks really cool, so really nice. Up next, number 177 is Gundam Epyon, also with another little green jewel in the center of its torso. Interesting. And this guy is going to also maybe have some gimmick. I'm not sure about the heat whip. I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything except just a little bit in there. It would have been cool if maybe they had like a secret version or something like that had like an extended heat whip instead of the heat rod. Or is that a heat rod? I don't remember what that's called. I think that's a heat rod, and that's just a beam saber, I guess. Anyway, let's pop it open. I don't know if they do secret versions anymore. It doesn't seem like they do. Got our gum, got the stand, the shield with the heat rod inside there, the wings, the weapon, the V-fin, and the body. Okay, and here he is together, and I gotta say, man, 2 out of 2, these figures are looking really nice. With the last series, series number 9, I was just ever so slightly disappointed. It seemed like the quality had dropped just a little bit with that series, but it definitely seems like they brought it back here for Series 10 so far. These are looking really nice. The beam effect, I wish it was like a fluorescent green instead of this kind of clear, like kind of darker green. That's maybe my one complaint about that, but I hope you guys can see this. Maybe just the sharp little fingertips on there looking really sharp, and actually has the little hose connecting from the side skirt into the handle of the beam saber. That's really cool. Here on the back, the wings look really nice. I think with just a little bit of detail painting on this is really all you're going to need, because the pre-painting on this one is already really nice. As you can see, the nice little jewel on the front of the chest shining very brightly. Overall, really nice. One thing you'll notice is that the little fins here on the front of the knees, this one looks okay. This one's a little bit bent though. For those, all you really have to do is just take your hairdryer to it, just to kind of heat that enough to sort of melt it a bit, and then you can just kind of form that back into a shape and fix that. It's not a really big deal. Next, number 178 is the Guncannon. I would definitely have been more excited about this if they would have done like the origin Guncannon, like or Guncannon like first type or something like that. I think would have been more interesting, but just the regular old Guncannon. So I don't know if you're a retro fan, you like some of these designs. Oh, it does look like we maybe have the option of using the missile pods for the shoulder instead of the cannons if you want. So that's kind of cool. That gives you just something extra to do if you wanted to do something different. So I assume that you maybe have the option of doing like half and half. Let's open it up and find out. There's that. There's our gum. Got the base, the hand and beam rifle. There's the missile pod parts, the antenna for the back of the head, and then the body here with the cannons kind of floating around in there as well. And just for the sake of testing it for you guys, here you can see it does. And just for the sake of testing it for you guys, here you can see you can do half and half if you want. There's how the missile pod is going to look. Here's how the cannon's going to look. Both of them kind of in need of some detail painting, some black in there at least to fill in the barrel of the cannon. Some little gray bits in here to paint little missile tips I think would be cool. Or red, I forget what color they're actually supposed to be. But as you can see for the visor as well, some really nice detail in there behind the visor. So that's looking quite nice. Just some overall, just pen lining in these little details on there, adding a few water slides, I think would definitely make this guy look pretty nice. Again, if you're a fan of the Guncannon, I think this does look like a really quite nice figure. And yeah, I think it'll look good when it's all painted up, detailed up. I'd have to think about which one I wanted to go for, cannons or missile pods. I do kind of like it half and half though, like that, so I might just stick with it like this. Up next is number 179, the Geymalk. Very cool design. I'm really hoping that someday we'll get a full-on kit of this, whether it be HGUC or RE100. I think those are two most probable lines that we're likely to see this, but hopefully we will see it eventually. As you can see, it's a very cool looking kind of larger, I'm not sure if it's actually technically classified as a mobile suit or a mobile armor, I'd have to check, but it's basically a mobile armor. It's very large and just packed with lots of weapons. So let's check it out here. It's sort of like a mono-eye Xeon version of the Psycho Gundam in terms of just like its overall appearance. Gum, base there, little antenna there for the front, and then just the rest of the body is all here, so not a whole lot to assemble. So here we are, very cool. As you can see, just a lot of nice little details painted in there for like the joints, little metallic bits here and there, the fingertips, the little blue bits here. Very nice bright green circle. There's kind of a theme going on here with these, with like the little bright green circles right on the front of them. In this case, it's the eye. Cool big unicorn looking horn there. A little bit of articulation here, though a lot of them do have articulation, like the arms will move and like the head will move a little bit, but it's nothing really too much that you're really going to utilize too much. These backpack, I believe they're like sort of funnel rack sort of things, but not quite, a little bit different anyway, but those will move up and down a little bit here on the backpack as well. But very nice. You can see the AMX 015 there, I think that is, and then the Xeon logo there on the back skirt as well. So a lot of really nice detail. Is this the best looking figure of the Geymalk? I gotta say the Gundam Fix figuration is definitely probably the best looking one. Just really hope that we get that Katoki styled version out in kit form. But in the meantime, this will definitely do. And finally, number 180 and 181, Gaz R and Gaz L. We'll take a look at these simultaneously because they're essentially the same thing, just switched, and the colors are switched. So we got blue for the Gaz R, red for the Gaz L, and then as you can see, just the shoulders and weapons are switched left and right on the top of the box like that, on the back of the box like this. And I don't think there's really going to be anything else too different about them. So let's pop these guys open as well. We've got the base, our lance, little antenna there, and then the mobile suit. So let's get them put together. Okay, here they are, looking very nice in that nice silver painting and just the opposite left and right styling. As you can see on both of them, the little tip of the lance got a little bit bent. Again, you just straighten that out with some heat. We have the nice Xeon logo there detailed in the shoulder as well as the base of the lance. I like just all the kind of knight styling of this. It's very cool. And it looks like with some other mono eye suits in the Converge line, you can pop off the top of the head and actually turn the mono eye like so, just to have that kind of pointed off to the side. It gives it a cool look. So that's something that's a cool little gimmick that they usually put into like the Zakus and things like that, which have mono eyes. Here on the back, again, just really nicely detailed all around here. Looks like the Xeon logo is there molded on the back of the shoulder as well, so it is probably the exact same piece that they use for the left and the right in terms of just like the production of these figures. But there is the blue Gaz, that'd be Gaz R, and yeah, Gaz L here in maroon. So very, very nice. These look really cool just in the bright silver as well. I think the painting on this, the paint is quite good. So there we go, guys. Another fantastic set of Converge figures here. Quite happy with this set. I definitely feel like it's like set 9 wasn't bad, but there was just a few little things that I saw, just a slight dip in the quality there. But this set is definitely very, very nice. I can't wait to work on these sometime in the future. Anyway, yeah, I'd highly recommend you guys to trying out some Converge figures if you never have. I mean, just for collecting, or if you want to, you know, try detailing them up. They're a lot of fun to work on. So they break down into a few different parts usually, so that you can kind of separate them a little bit to work on them a little bit easier. But they're a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for any of you interested in kind of seeing about these. And set 10, I'm looking forward to set 11 as always. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.